Welcome back, guys. So, we are going to talk about auto RP. As the name suggests, auto RP defines automatically or dynamically defining RP, which is rendezvous point in the topology. And also, I'm going to talk about some theory behind it and followed by the configuration. So, do you know what will happen if we don't use RP or we don't configure RP in the case of PIM sparse mode? So the following problem arises. Like if we don't use RP, then the source can't register and even join cannot be processed. So in the below topology, sender sends the packet and RP router act as a root of the shared tree. And once it receives the packet from the sender, it will send S, G with the help of PIM register, and from the receiver side they will send star g with the help of pim join towards rp. And if they intend to receive packets, so within the topology all the router must agree to use same rp address on per specific group or per group basis. So in the below topology shown here, I have configured static RP, and in the coming video we will be learn about how to configure dynamic RP like auto RP and BSR, which is bootstrap router. I'm going to discuss it later in the following section. This auto RP feature is only available in Cisco, so it is Cisco proprietary. It also comes with two flavors, or you can say two types, which is candidate RP and mapping engine. So candidate RP is a device who are willing to become RP, and in the case of mapping agent, it will elect the RP among the candidate and pass this information to the rest of the topology. So in the end, it also provides redundancy of RP as there are many candidates are available who are willing to become RP. I will explain you the working of auto RP, and to demonstrate the working procedure, I have taken group 224.1.1.1 as example. So router who are willing to become RP, we call it as a candidate RP. And firstly, it will send announcements packet stating that it wants to become RP with S, G, which is 224.1.1.1 to all the other devices. So likewise, there could be many candidates who wants to become RP. So then the mapping agent will send star, G to find out who all are willing to become RP, or you can say which devices have shown interest to become RP. So after the election process, mapping agent will send the final announcement with S, 224.1.140 as advertisement to all devices stating that this candidate device has been selected as RP. So in the last point is that dynamically learned RP is always preferred over the static one. So in the case of candidate RP, a device or the router must be sending join from star, 224.1.1.39, whereas in the case of mapping agent, a device must be sending join from star, 224.1.1.40. And then I'm going to discuss about or to talk about couple of issues which can occur in PIM sparse mode. The first issue will be if the device is not aware of the RP, then it cannot connect to the auto RP. And in the second problem could be if they don't know about the auto RP, then it also can't connect to the RP. So it's like a kind of a chicken and the egg case. We don't know who came first. So to mitigate this issue, there are a couple of solutions which I'm going to discuss it in the next video or in the next slide. So to mitigate the problems which we have discussed it earlier, there are a couple of possible solutions which I'm going to discuss it now. The first possible solution could be like configuring a static RP for the groups 224.1.1.39 and from 1.40. So suppose if we are using static or configuring static RP, then we are losing all the advantages of configuring dynamic RP. So what we need to do, we have to use or we have to configure static and dynamic RP at the same time. And the second possible solution would be like we have to use pim sparse mode as well as pim dense mode as well. So we will be configuring dense mode for the groups who are not aware of the RP, and for the groups who are aware of the RP, we are going to configure in this PIM sparse mode. And the third possible solution would be like using auto RP listener features. So we are going to configure dense mode for the group 224.1.1.39 and from 1.40, and for rest of the groups we are going to use PIM sparse mode. So in the case of load sharing and redundancy, multiple candidate RP we have to use, and even we have to use access control list if we need to filter it out, filter the groups. And if in the case of multiple overlapping candidate RP, then mapping agent will elect the candidate who has the highest RP address. So this way mapping agent will do the election in the case of if so many devices are intending to become a candidate RP. I'm going to talk about mapping agent security. So, in order to protect mapping agent against false candidate RP advertisement, we have to use RP announce filter feature. So, this feature will do either permit or deny the false candidate RP advertisement. So, this will protect mapping agent against false advertisement of candidate RP.